This wasn't going to be the video that I was originally going to be uploading today, but I woke up this morning to all kinds of bizarre, paradoxical bollocks on Twitter and social media of now apparently a lot of people hating Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, what? That's insane. I absolutely understand if you personally just that game's not for me, but to say Ghost of Tsushima is just a downright crap or boring, or that's like people saying Red Dead 2 was boring. If you were finding it boring, maybe it just wasn't the game for you, or maybe you just weren't playing it right. That makes sense? Like, not to say that there's a wrong way to play a game. I mean, the wrong way to play Red Dead 2 is to just walk from place to place, but there is so much in there, and that's exactly the same with Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is a fantastic open world game, which for me personally was my game of the year last year. There's just so much in there. There's so much content for free, I may add, that they made a full game, and then a few months later they then made a completely free multiplayer add-on, which isn't just half-assed. It was really good, with you being able to create your own samurai and customize him and, you know, kick ass with other people. They gave more free updates after that. It's bizarre. Why on earth are people hating on Ghost of Tsushima so much? Please, if you guys know, please pop it in the comments and you know, just tell me. If you like I said, I'm not saying everyone should love Ghost of Tsushima, absolutely not. But if you've not played Ghost of Tsushima and you have a PlayStation 4, it is so worth playing through. The story of Jin, the main character, as it's based on real life events of the Mongol army invading Japan, and historically I believe every time the Mongol army tried to invade Japan, there was a storm, a massive hurricane which wiped them out completely, which coincides with this game in a really cool way. But you know, Jin has to basically just not behave like a samurai in order to win. You know, playing by the samurai code like his uncle wants him to isn't working and will not work. So and then obviously things happen, and as the story progresses, it just becomes a lot more tense, the relationship between Jin and his uncle, and then you just have to go and, you know, find your own way through the world. But the island itself is beautiful, the graphics are amazing, the gameplay is really good, the combat I love. It's not hack and slash, you actually have to think, use different moves and positions to fight different enemies with spears, or for heavy attack enemies or whatnot, or for sword users. So you have to use different techniques for different enemies, which is absolutely awesome. There is so much side content, there are things to find, there are shrines to pray to where you can pet the fox, always pet the fox. You can find these other shrines which require a bit of platforming and a bit of, you know, jumping and swinging and all that kind of coolness to get to the top. But the music is outstanding, the environments are gorgeous. There are also, from a certain point in the game, you'll be able to find these other samurai which are, you know, just waiting for you to duel them, so you can take part in the duels. And pretty much everything in this game is really cinematic. The use of the wind to find out where you need to go is so cool. All the leaves and the blossoms that just keep floating past. How the PS4 runs this game is beyond me. I have basic bitch PS4 and it looks phenomenal on that. You know, you can use bows, you can use your katana, you can use stealth attacks to just take people down. You know, you can tackle obstacles for the most part however you want to. I've taken out entire enemy camps without being spotted. I've just gone in and like, as soon as you approach a group of enemies, you can challenge them, and then obviously hitting the right button, the correct inputs at the correct time, you'll be able to take like one hit to the enemy to take them down, and you can upgrade it so you can dish out more hits. I streamed it on Twitch last year and I loved every single minute of it. Ghost of Tsushima for me is still one of the best open world games I've played. It is definitely up there, in my opinion. But I just don't get the hate. I just don't understand it. Last year, people were loving it, and now it's being touted as Sony's worst exclusive. And let's be honest, if Ghost of Tsushima is Sony's worst exclusive, Sony are doing pretty well. I mean, come on. Horizon Zero Dawn is a phenomenal game. Horizon Forbidden West looks really, really good too. Ghost of Tsushima's great. Apparently, I'm not going to make a video on it because I don't like making videos on anything that I don't know is going to happen. I will occasionally make a video where I'm talking about DLC I'd like to see for a game, but I'm not going to make a video on speculation. But apparently, a DLC, a standalone DLC for Ghost of Tsushima, similar to the Miles Morales, like, it's because the Miles Morales Spider-Man game is effectively just glorified DLC, just like Uncharted 4 Lost Legacy. So apparently that might be coming out this year. If it's officially announced by Sony, I'll then make a video on it and discuss that further. And when it's released, hopefully it's also released on PS4, I will play the crap out of it and review it without a doubt. But yeah, it's just a bizarre day when you wake up and everyone's just hating on a game which objectively looks phenomenal, plays really well, and it is just beautiful. It's bizarre. But yeah, please let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Did you like Ghost of Tsushima? Did you dislike it? If you disliked it or liked it, tell me why. I'd love to hear both sides. And like I said, I'm not saying that just because I like Ghost of Tsushima, everyone else has to. Absolutely not. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. But I just like to understand why people dislike it. It's really bizarre. And for those people online comparing it to Sekiro, don't. Sekiro is the Dark Souls style game, which is incredibly brutal. Now, Ghost of Tsushima, you can ramp the difficulty up and it can be difficult, and Ghost of Tsushima is also difficult from the get-go, but what it does is you get better at the game, and that's awesome. As you get better at the game, knowing when to attack, when to parry, when to dodge, how to defeat certain enemies, utilizing different attacks, smoke bombs, etc., you will learn how to become a badass samurai or shinobi, depending on however you want to tackle situations. And the fact that you can fully customize Jin with different outfits and swords, and you can create haikus, and I cannot gush about the game enough. There is so much in Ghost of Tsushima that is worth praising. You don't have to personally like it, but you have to acknowledge what the game has. For example, I do not like Fortnite, but I absolutely acknowledge that it was at one point, and probably still is, the most popular game out there, beloved by loads of younger video gamers, and they're just obviously doing something right because they're still relevant and they still keep on cracking. I don't like it, but I acknowledge the impact it's had on the gaming industry. I don't like FIFA, but I have loads of friends who love FIFA and buy FIFA every single year. I don't understand it, I don't like it, but I accept it. It's like that. It's like Lando from Solo. So you don't agree with it, you don't like it, but you accept it, and that's the adult thing to do. Well, that's what I think anyway. But anyway, thank you very much for watching the video, and until next time.